Hello everyone and welcome to the first F1 Manager 23 gameplay on my channel. This is exclusive early access of a work in progress build. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. A big shout out to Frontier for allowing me to capture this gameplay. And today we're going to showcase the brand new race replay mode, which essentially is recreating Fernando Alonso's scenario where he could have won in Monaco had things gone differently on strategy. And this is a new game mode which will be updated every race this season. So basically by the end of the year we'll have a full batch of scenarios for each race. And yeah, hopefully you guys look forward to it. It's actually really good fun and really awesome, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys this mode. So guys, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more F1 Manager gameplay. I've got more videos on the way very soon, and let's get into it. So as you can see, straight away I was getting to grips with the gameplay, as this is my first time actually playing the game and the mechanics. And you briefly saw the new helmet view camera that they've put into the game, which is really awesome this year and adds a real first person touch to the gameplay experience. But yeah, we're going to quickly show you some of the menus and some of the changes this year and the adjustments they've made. So in this scenario, I'll say straight off the bat, I actually didn't clock which lap was the transition or the crossover. So I actually should have pit right now for intermediates. This was the lap to do it. And you can see right now the track conditions, we have 0.24 millimeters of water, which I didn't actually realize at the time. I thought there was going to be a few more laps of build up, and I kind of, we go for that hard tire which Alonso went for in real life, but it didn't really happen that way.
You can stop, lift and coast. Copy.
And as you'll see, this is when we should have pit as we drive past the pit entry as the rain starts to fall.
You can do a push and hold on the energy button. Understood.
Now you can see the track is 0.25 in terms of, dryness, wetness. The rain is very light. And then suddenly, as soon as we exit turn 1, it starts to creep up and pick up. And this is when I realized, we should have pit on that lap straight away. Like the scenario is to pit straight away. And yeah,
when you can you just give us track feedback, track state?
Yeah, very cool, very slippery. Not much water, but very cool.
And yeah, we pretty much completely messed it up. So also worth noting, some of the new radios you can hear as well, some of the updates.
It'll be box to box.
Okay, box.
Tyre to inter, when you come in a pit lane, tyre to green inter.
And here we'll get a nice showcase of the new driver kind of helmet cam view as we see Verstappen just tiptoeing his way around. The rain has completely taken over now.
Some lift and coast will help that.
Okay. Copy. Pit entry.
So yeah, pretty much we kind of just copied what Aston Martin done in real life, so we kind of failed on the challenge. I mean, you can still win, you still get the rest of the race to win, and the beauty of this is that the conditions aren't replicated in real life, so there's going to be other random things that can happen. So in this scenario, you'll see what happens in my version of this scenario, but for now, let's focus on the race. So you see Norris had a pit stop issue. That's a brand new feature this year, as the mechanics can make mistakes now, and you might get some slow stops, and the training is completely revamped and completely different, in terms of the pit crew. So that's really awesome, and a nice change they've made, because there's a lot more to it. Also, in terms of driver modes, when you select how to push or when to push or how to defend or how to use the battery, it's all been reworked, revamped, and there's much more detail and it's much more specific now, which I really like. So it's a lot better in terms of being more precise with your driver comms and what you want your drivers to achieve, and also driver instructions, between drivers, however that goes. But yeah, lap 58, as you can see.
So just slow down a bit.
Copy, understood.
We're at the bottom of the pack, no more energy.
Yeah.
So right now we've pretty much neglected Stroll. The gap to Verstappen is 2.8. It was 2.3 at one stage. I was trying to, put the pressure on and try to pass him on track with the raw pace, but that wasn't going to happen. You can see the forecast as well there for the remainder of the race, which is going to be wet. So yeah, pretty much at this point we've got 20 laps to go and we have a wet race forecast. On to lap 66 now. The gap is 4 seconds. I kind of gave up with a push because we weren't catching. And red flag out of nowhere changes the race. And this is what I mean, the scenarios can change.
Red flag.
So here's the replay as we see both Haas cars into turn 1, and Magnussen gets put in the barrier.
And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. A bitter blow too for more than one driver from the pack. And just like that, the hopes of the team start to dwindle.
Now don't judge me, okay? If you look at this screen, it says dry conditions on restart in 20 minutes. I actually have paused this frame because I went through it so quick, I didn't even read it properly. But I saw the forecast before, you guys saw the forecast before. It was going to be wet for the rest of the race, which in my mind, there was 20 laps to go, which adds up to 20 minutes. I thought it would have been, you know, intermediate. So I just kind of assumed that. So I didn't notice a little detail. And also we had a 2-hour time limit for this recording and a few other things we recorded. So I had a few issues on my end where I couldn't get to the recording session, so I lost about half an hour. So I basically had to speed run everything in this recording. So I basically glossed over this detail really quickly, and you can see it's still raining in the top right. The rain is still a thing, and I basically went with that. I didn't really notice the 20-minute dry condition thing message. So I made a terrible mistake, an absolutely horrific decision, choosing intermediates for both cars. And you can see it's still raining right now at the time with 10 laps to go. And yeah, pretty much by the time we get to the restart...
Sense of deja vu here as the drivers once again face the countdown. It's lights out and away we go.
We do not get off the line.
Use energy if you need it, use energy.
Absolutely horrific. And yeah, we're both on inters and we're dropping through the pack like a couple of stones.
Charge is good.
Copy.
And yeah, pretty much disaster. So we're going to drop to the back, and so much for the scenario where we try to win with Alonso.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so keep going.
We're actually going to finish last or at the back, which is an absolute howler, an absolute disaster on mine. But still, good fun, really good fun. It shows off.
Box.
Copy, box.
It shows off, you know, the new this gameplay mode, which is race replay, which is really good fun.
Box.
Okay.
So take it easy.
Okay.
And yeah, we pretty much had both of our teammates battle away. Stroll actually overtook Alonso, so Alonso is now last, and we had to stack them, so Alonso's going to bleed even more time in the pit stop. And yeah, pretty much a real shame. You also get pit stop ranking, which is a nice detail to know if you're doing pretty well on pit stops or not, you know, compared to other teams around you, which is a nice little detail. And yeah, just in general, there's been a lot more revisions in place, kind of tweaking the gameplay and adding more depth, so there's more details and things you can improve upon, which is really awesome. So yeah, a real shame.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
And yeah, there we go. Verstappen is the winner, and we completely bottled it. Pretty much the worst case scenario, the worst thing we could have done happened, and we threw it all away in spectacular fashion.
I can't imagine Fernando Alonso will want to dwell on that today.
It's been a very frustrating day for them, and they leave without any points. That's not the sort of performance we'd expect to see, really.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
And yeah, here you get to see the updated podium animation, and visually looks so much better compared to last year's game. And also, you saw the frustration from Alonso getting out of the car, so that's also a nice little detail. So yeah, just a shame all round, you know, but it is what it is. Couldn't really get it right.
Always a special occasion here in the incomparable Monte Carlo. They'll be pushing the boat out here tonight, no doubt. Though Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
It's not been the greatest weekend. Both drivers need to step up and show what they can do, and the team have to be there to support them.
And thank you everyone for joining us this weekend here in Monaco.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
Anyway, there we go. Final result, P17, and we failed the challenge. So, yeah. Obviously, like I said before, we had a very short time frame to record this, so I was just rushing through. Number one, I didn't expect to, for the snow to start straight away, and basically we have to pit on that very first lap instantly. I thought there'd be a bit more of a build up into it, so you get time to see what the weather forecast is going to do, and what decision you're going to make on strategy. And also, like I said in the red flag, I just misread the message because I was going so fast, I was skipping through it so quick that I didn't have time to take it all in to try and get this race and another race recorded. There was meant to be a third race, but I ran out of time, so we'll have another video up on the channel soon with some Silverstone gameplay with the Mercedes cars. So hopefully you guys look forward to it. It's a career mode episode, basically mid-season, which should be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's it guys for the brand new race replay mode. It's very much like scenario mode in F1 2012 years ago, which is really, really cool. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more daily F1 content and more F1 Manager content when that eventually drops. And yeah, hopefully you guys support the channel, support the content like this, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, a big shout out to the channel members for supporting me, and finally check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already. And yeah guys, cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and it's goodbye from me.